Welcome back to our next episode of Briefs with Brenda Sanford, our superintendent here at Oak ISD. We're talking about school safety and security. In this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the measures that we've taken so far for our students.
Some of the measures that we've taken have not been popular, but there's a reason. There's a reason behind those. When you're talking about our dress code, hoodies has been a big factor and something that's been difficult, trying to get the buy-in from everyone, but just to let people know, it's hard to identify a student when they have a hoodie over their head. Just having that face visibility alone to where if an AP, a teacher, the principal, anyone is walking down the hallway and they see an unfamiliar face, then that catches their attention. If the hoodie's on, the head's down, it's very difficult to actually do that. We tried in the past allowing hoodies, but telling them to take them off, and that became a constant battle, because if it's there, I mean, it's very easy for the student just to pull it up, and they just sometimes can't help but pull it up. So just not having the hoodies in general has something for safety that we have to do.
Hoodies have been one part of it. The other part has been a visible ID.
Because we do have a lot of students walking those hallways. We have a lot of new students, in and out students. So it's important, if you see the face you don't recognize, you can look down, and is that ID visible? Again, not real popular, with the kids. They don't like having that on, and they sometimes lose them, but we do provide those. They sometimes have to pay a fee for that, but we do provide the additional IDs for them as well. But it's just so important. If I'm walking down the hallway, I don't know all 2,400 high school students, but if I can see a face and see an ID, then I know that, hey, that's our student.
Clear backpacks. Here's a fun one.
Clear backpacks I know has not been real popular with our students and our parents, because some of them that they buy, they're not durable. They don't hold up. There are those that are, but there are some that are not durable. Again, it's another method. If we can have any method where we can actually see what the student is bringing in, is it going to prevent everything? No, I'm not going to say it's not, but it is just another added layer. Going down the hallway, I mean, I even glance and see, oh, there's a book, there's the computer, they've got their Chromebooks in there, and you can see what's in those backpacks. So it's just another added level of safety. We did do that intentionally, after speaking to our administration on the campuses, and they felt there was a need as well. So I've talked to them periodically throughout the year. What are your thoughts on that? And they're still wanting to go that direction. They feel like it has helped in the area of safety.
So it is something that's required at the secondary level.
Yes, it is.
It's not required at the elementary.
Correct.
We do prefer them, but at the elementary level, they are allowed to have regular backpacks. And, or young ladies, or even, gentlemen, if they need a personal item or whatever, that is allowed to be in a small bag enclosed in that. So
that is correct.
And then talk about parking stickers for our students.
Important to know who's on our campuses. If the security guard or the officer is, doing a parking lot check and there's a vehicle there with no parking sticker, is that room for alarm? Who could that be that's on our campus? So it is, again, another level of safety. We just have to know who's on our campus, and it's real simple. Just put that sticker on your car. I think I've had mine going on 4 years, same sticker on my car. So you just keep on enforcing that and training them to put that on there. I know that, you may change vehicles. If you have to get another sticker, let's get another sticker. Again, every level of safety that we can, or layer of safety that we can add, if it saves one incident, then it's worth it all.
Honestly, most of the measures that we've put in place are fairly standard for school districts today. They're not anything that is unusual for Red Oak ISD.
No.
And so it's, as you mentioned, those layers.
When I go in, I check in. I badge in and I check in as well, because it's just important to know that the people we have on our campus at all times are people that should be with our students, and that we're not afraid of them to be with our students.
Thank you for today's episode.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.